أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all to this Quran class. Can I request Mr. Toban, could you please recite this prayer so we can start the class?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. Our Lord, accept from us. You are all hearing, all knowing. Amen. Can I read the translation again?
Yes, please.
Our Lord, accept from us, for you are all hearing, all knowing. Surah Baqarah chapter 2, verse 128. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah, Toban Sahib. Thank you very much. Now, this is the lesson we learned last week. Can I request any volunteer who can come forward to just help to revise the last week's lesson?
We have our youngster, I think Talha Ahmad. Are you there? So, Assalamualaikum Talha.
Walaikum salam.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, we learned
Sakun means rest. When a consonant is pronounced without any vowel mark, the absence of the vowel is indicated by the sign placed over the consonant. This sign is called sakun, jazm. Any letter which bears sakun as sign is called a sakin letter.
So this ba is a sakin letter or not? Hello, Tala. Is this ba is a sakin letter or not?
No.
Why? Look, this ba is carrying skun sign. So it is a sakin letter. That's what you read. Any letter which bears skun sign is called a sakin letter. So this ba.
Yes, Amansab, on this side, if you were to ask me as well, I would have said it's a madmum because it looks like it's a dhamma. So I think that's why Talha said no. So it looks like it's
no, but it is skun. Dhamma is a little bit different. I will show you in a minute. Look, this is dhamma. This dal is carrying dhamma sign. Can you see the difference on sign on the meme and the dal?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to recognize that it's kind of half circle, and this dhamma is different to skun. Okay, next this slide.
I'll read this one, maybe if another one comes up. It's important to note that a sakin letter must be preceded with a vowel letter, which carries a fatha, kasra, and dhamma. And we join them together directly in accordance with the phonetic sound of the stroke or on below the letter.
Just one second. What do you mean by this? Can you please little bit elaborate?
What we mean by this is that the sakin letter cannot be pronounced on its own. The letter before it has to have a fatha, a kasra, or dhamma.
Yeah, if it's like the previous letter has got a sound, e sound, or u sound, we will pronounce join together accordingly. Yes,
that's correct.
Well done. Next.
The important thing to know about sakin letter is that the voice should be settled on the letter. One second. That the But the important thing to know about sakin letter, which is a letter carrying a jazm or a sukun, is that the voice should be settled on a letter and shaking should be avoided while reciting a sakin letter, apart from the qalqala bouncing letters. So, can I explain a little bit more?
Yeah.
So
these are the qalqala letters where the bouncing is, where you will listen a second sound like ak, yeah, at, ab, aj, and ad. If you listen the second sound, this is, I meant qalqala, but inshallah ta'ala next week we will learn about these qalqala letters. But at the moment we are revising school sign. So can you please, Toban, let me know how to read this al?
Yeah. So as we have seen from the example, is that when we are reciting, for example, the word which we can see below, we won't say ali. No, it's alhamdu, alhamdu, not ali hamdu or hamdu. There's no any sign of resting your voice on that particular letter. It's a simple alhamdu, alhamdu.
Yes, Jazakumullah for 1 second here and the 1 second on the meme. Well done, Jazakumullah. Anyone else, please? This.
Oh, let me have a look on the Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We are just going through revision, and the purpose is to educate ourselves. So please feel free to unmute yourself, and you can just read it through.
Yeah,
please.
we'll do it together, and it is from the slides, so don't worry.
I'll read this one then. The combining of wasl. So wasl means to connect or to link. So there are many Quranic words which either start or end with a blank or a strokeless letter. These blank letters are dropped while connecting two words, but they're maintained when read alone.
Okay. Next, this
So
one? Yeah, continue.
There are two categories of such words. So there's blank letters in between mutaharik and sakin letters, and there's blank letters in between mutaharik and mushaddad letters.
May I ask you here two things, yeah? What is mutaharik and what is mushaddad?
Okay, so a mutaharik letter is any letter which has a stroke on it, for example, like a fatha, dhamma, or kasra. And mushaddad letter is the one that's got like that little W on it. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, tashdeed sign.
Tashdeed, that's it.
Shadda or tashdeed, yeah? Well done, Jazakumullah. Is there any significance when we pronounce tashdeed or shadda letter?
Yeah, you put like stress on it, so it'd be la kulla, like
kulla, yeah. Two sounds. One is with the sukoon and one with the harakat. Yes?
Yeah.
Well done. Now, what we are learning then, so when, because Tobi Sahab, when he was revising the one slide, he said the sakin letter cannot be pronounced on its own. So we look preceding letters, any mutharak letter, then we join with that sakin letter. So could you please read this one, and which one is the mutharak and which one is the sakin we are going to join?
So the la is the they're both laws actually. The la is the mutaharik letter, but the la sakin is also those are the two that we're going to join.
Well done. And could you please recite this one now, full word?
That will be qala alhamdu.
Yes. And this example is mutaharik letter and sakin letter, and in between we will drop. This alif will be dropped and this alif will be dropped. Yes?
Yes.
We will not prolong. If it's on this word, on its own, then it will be qala. Yeah, 2 second qa sound and 2 second la sound.
Yeah.
But as soon as we are going to combine this lam with next sakin lam, so these two in between sakin letters will be dropped. Next one, this one. Next one.
So here again, the qaf is the mutaharik letter with the dhamma on it, and obviously the lam is the is it mushaddad letter? It's called
Yes, yes.
tashdid on it. So this will be pronounced laqul ladina.
Well done. Lakullazina. This haruful madda.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Yes.
Laqul ladina.
Okay. That when we revised last month, last week, I said there are special rules with the Hamzatul Wasl. So inshallah ta'ala, today's lesson is about Hamzatul Wasl. And now I think we quickly do, anyone can come forward to read this slide. So we know that everyone has understood perfectly.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Aman Sab, I'll do the first line, and then we'll request others.
No, let them, anyone else, please.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers, 1 second.
We have just heard very good explanation of if there is any sakin letter in between a mutharak and sakin, and in between a mutharak and mushaddad, we will drop those strokeless letters. So here is the practice.
Yeah, exactly. And Aman said this before, with your permission, before we request a student to come on. I just want to add on this first line, as you have just said, and the sister also she just mentioned. Always, I also used to have the problem of understanding what a mutaharrik is. But as it has been explained, mutaharrik is a letter which carries a fatha, kasra, and dhamma. And on this occasion, box number 1, we have the mutaharrik. In this case, it's lam. This lam here. Oh, sorry, I don't have the control. Sorry, the lam, which is on after qala. So there, that is the mutaharrik, and is followed by a sakin letter. A sakin letter, a letter which carries a sukun or jazm. So meaning that when these two letters in between, alif wa alif, they are both going to be dropped because of the rule. So as example, qala alhamdu, qala alhamdu. So a simple slide. You have dropped these letters in between. So I thought that should add on. But Jazakallah, and Azan, you want to have a go? Is the first to have a go? Or Sister Nusrat Adam Sahiba. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Azan, you can, if you can unmute yourself, or Nusrat Adam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Where do I start, please?
The first line, yes.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الحمد قال الحمد وادخل الباب.
Again, وادخل الباب.
وادخل الباب.
No, there is no vadkhulul. Vadkhul, if this dhamma is replaced by a spoon or sakin, a jazm sign, then you can say khul. But here it is dhamma. So two mutharrak letters always read separately. Yes, that's what we are learning. Mutharrak and the sakin and mutharrak and the mushaddad, they will join together. And mutharrak, two mutharrak letter will be recited separately. Hu, lu, two separate things. Yes, vad, okay. Because we are joining waw with dal. Reason being, dal is carrying a sukun and waw carries a fatha. So mutharrak and the sakin letter are joining together, but two mutharrak letter will always be read separately. Yes, vadkhulul baba.
Okay. Wadkhulul baba.
Thank you very much.
Fil ardi.
Next one.
Yablugul huluma.
Yablughul huluma.
Yabulugul huluma alanis taufkada
Allazis.
alanis
No,
taukada.
sorry, it's not noon, it's a zal.
Oh, sorry. Alazis taukada. Faizasta zanuka.
Well done, you corrected the mistake, because you know that this alif, if it's this word, we will read like this, faiza. But as soon as we see the next, this scene has got schoon sign. So both these two letters will be dropped and we will say faizasta.
Okay. Yeah.
Faizasta zanuka.
Faizasta. Sorry, my baby is disturbing.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Faizasta zanuka.
She is getting swab as well.
Pardon?
Your baby is getting swab as well.
Mashallah. Faizasta zanuka.
Jazakallah. Since I think you are having a baby, it's almost 2-3 shifts. Jazakallah, may Allah bless you with
Next
it.
one, please.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nika Ahmed Siddiq, you can have a go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الذي ارتضى بهذه الأمي رأوا الآيات. Should I continue?
Yeah, please.
Okay. يبدأ الخلق.
Why do you dare pronounce yabda'u?
Oh, sorry. Oh, because the lam has sakin, so it'll be joined.
Yeah, well done. No, you didn't. You read perfectly. I was just asking because this vaw on the top is Hamzah, so we will ignore vaw. This will be just Hamzah sound and yabda'ul khalqa. And you pronounced correctly. I was just checking. Yeah.
I just got a bit confused. Okay, thank you. لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ.
Now you have made a mistake because this vaw is not any sign, hasn't got any sign. So we will ignore this one as well.
Yeah. لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ.
Thank you very much.
قَالُوا ادْعُ لَنَا.
Is ka or ko?
Qa.
Okay.
قَالُوا ادْعُ لَنَا.
Well done. Excellent reading. Jazakumullah. Next one, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Anyone, you can unmute yourself, maybe iPhone 3M.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أنا الله عمل الصالحات قوم اتخذوا لكل الذين وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة.
Yeah.
I cannot really see the scene. What's on the scene? I don't know whether.
Sorry.
Nasu zikra.
No, again.
Nasu
please.
zikra. Okay.
Yeah.
Nasu zikra. Kazzabur rusula. Zakarullahu.
No. What is on ha?
Sorry?
What sign is on ha?
Zakarullah.
Yes. Next. Okay.
No,
next. Give the chance to next one. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can we have any other volunteer? G7024 or Faiz Rahman Bakari? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لقل الذين
Very good.
وأقيموا الصلاة.
Okay. Is only 1 second. It's a Hamza sound only for 1 second. Salata. You don't prolong this Sod sound and Hamza sound here. 1 second, yes?
وأقيموا الصلاة
Yeah.
وآتوا الزكاة.
This one.
نسوا الذكر.
Suzikra. Nasuzikra.
نسوا الذكر.
Zikra. Nasuzikra.
نسوا الذكر.
Zik. This is not a calcula sound here. This is the different kaf. If it's a kaf with 2 dots, then you say zikr. But this zik, no second sound. Yes, that's the difference between the other kaf and this kaf. Yeah.
نسوا الذكر.
Well done.
كذبوا رسل.
Again.
كذبوا رسل.
Yeah.
ذكروا الله.
Nazal sound, not dal.
ذكروا
Zakarullah. Zakar.
الله.
Thank you very much. Next one, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Azan, I'm not sure you had a go, or Imran Sani. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You can unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Anallahu.
No, bete, tawaz in tasmiya and then start from here.
Sure. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Anallahu.
No, last line. This one.
Asa usu'a. Asa usu'a. Qalut tayyarna bika.
No, this kaf has a fatha and alif. So it is a haruful madda. Qa, 2 seconds, and then lut tayya. Yes?
Qalut tayyarna bika.
Ka. Again. This is qa and this is ka. It is starting with the qa and ending with the ka sound.
Qalut tayyarna bika.
Again, well done.
Qalut tayyarna bika.
Next.
Lahad khulis sarha.
Oh, okay. Do you know what rule we are learning in this here? What is?
Calcula.
No. Calcula is there. Thank you very much. But today is what we are learning in this.
Sukun.
Yes, two is in between mutaharrik letter and the sakin letter. We will drop the
The alif.
Strokeless letters, strokeless letter. That alif, any strokeless letter. Yes?
Yes.
This alif is strokeless, this alif is strokeless. So we will not say lahad. We will not read lahad huli. Yeah? We will quickly join with the lahad hulil. Yeah? That's what we are learning. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah. Anyone else?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You can unmute yourself. Believe Suhaib, or there are too many.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك الكتاب هم المفلحون.
Yeah, next one.
فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ.
Again, fatta. Tashdid. Yeah, fatta.
فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ. تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ.
If you make a mistake, then go back and read full word always.
تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ. كُلُّ زُرْنَا.
Again.
Kulun zurna.
Yes, ku, you corrected this one, but the lun is only 1 second only. We are not doing fa here, but kulun zurna.
Kulun zurna. Isabri wasolat.
Next one more person.
Assalamualaikum.
Then we will go to the next lesson.
Any other volunteer, you can unmute yourself, please, and we can have Luqman, or we can have iPhone 3, or Shahida Boche.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yes, please. From third line.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Atimus siyama. Khairazad taqwa.
No, again.
Khairazad taqwa.
Khairazad taqwa. Because
Khairazad taqwa.
Again, one.
Khairazad taqwa.
No. This is. Can anyone let me know what is this? Which is a ya is haruful?
It's a roof lean.
Well done. Thank you very much. So the haruful lean are 2 seconds, very softly. Khairaz zadit taqwa.
Okay. Khairazad taqwa. Mithlu riba.
Yes, next line.
Sorry, I can't see that. Okay. Fatazillu nisaa.
Lun nisaa.
Fatazillu nisaa. Fazkurullaha.
Are we reading this waw or not? Just a question.
No, because it's blank, I think.
And this mutharak letter, how many strokeless letter we will drop?
3.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I just...
1, 2, 3, 4, and this ra mutharak will join lam shaddad here. Yes.
Okay.
Jazakumullah.
Waskurullaha.
Next one.
Next question, sir?
No, this next.
Okay.
This.
Li'ulul albaba.
Again.
Li'ulul albaba.
Where is ba? Why is ba?
Sorry. Li'ulul albabi.
Yes, and next line.
Wa harrama riba. Wa ataw zakata.
Again, ata wuzaka.
Wa ataw zakata. Wattaqullaha.
Thank you very much, Jazakumullah. That was the revision of the last lesson. Now we are learning today, joining Hamzah, Hamzatul Wasl. I mentioned that sometime in the Quran, words start with the blank alif and unvowel letter. There is no fatha, no kasra, no dhamma, nothing, no sukun. So in Tajweed's terminology, it is called Hamzatul Wasl. That particular alif without any stroke and start at the start of a word is called Hamzatul Wasl. And it has 3 rules. And we need to apply those rules and we need to remember those rules. Yes? Those 3 rules are: number 1, if blank alif at the beginning of a word will take always fatha if the next letter is a lam, sakin or mushaddad, whatever. If any word is starting with blank alif, and we will look what is next is if there is a lam mushaddad or lam sakin, then that alif will always take fatha sign. Yes, number 1. Number 2, if blank alif, we look next mutharak letter. Word is starting with the blank alif, and we will see the next is not a lam. So next thing we need to see what the first mutharak letter, if it carries a fatha or kasra, any of sign, fatha or kasra, then the alif will take always kasra. The first always look blank alif, the next letter is lam sakin or lam shaddad. Then fatha is always take fatha. Alif will always take fatha. The next rule is if that the next letter is not a lam, then we will see the next after blank alif, next mutaharrik letter. Mutaharrik mean any letter which carrying fatha kasra dhamma. So if that letter is carrying kasra or fatha, then alif will always take kasra. And the third rule is if blank alif will always take dhamma if next mutharak letter it carries dhamma. So it is so easy to remember. If you remember, like if alif, blank alif, next is lam, they always put fatha quickly. And if the next is not a lam, the next mutharak letter is dhamma, then alif will always take dhamma. And then we know that then only 2 left, fatha or kasra. Then both letter, if mutharak letter have kasra or fatha, then alif will always take kasra. This is how you can remember easily. If now I'll show you the example, then it will be so clear to you. I said, look, this first alif is Hamzatul Wasl. Word is starting with letter alif, and letter alif hasn't got any sign on it. So first thing I said, you need to see what is next letter. The next letter is the lam with sukoon. So it means this alif will always take fatha. So we will say al-maliku. This here ar-Rahman. This look, alif is blank alif, Hamzatul Wasl. Next is a letter lam. So we will say ar-Rahman. Next here is again alif. Next letter is lam. So we will say allazi. Yes, you need to look. If there is a lam next after alif, always put fatha on it. The next, if alif is after alif, there is no lam, then you need to look at the first mutharak letter. Look, alif is a blank. This is Hamzatul Wasl. Word is starting with a blank alif. The next letter is ra, but this ra is not mutharak. So we will go next. Next letter is jim. This is a mutharak because jim carries kasra. So we learn the rule here. If next letter carries fatha or kasra, then alif will always take kasra. So we will say irji'i ir. This Hamzatul Wasl will take kasra. The reason being this first mutharak letter, not first, second, next letter. Next letter you will see here the lam. But if in the absence of lam, you need to look the next mutharak letter. So here next mutharak letter is jim, which has got kasra. So this alif will take kasra. Here you see alif, elamu. This already is there, but it's just remember. Imagine this is a blank alif. So the next is ain with sukun. So next we will see what is the next mutharak letter. So lam is a mutharak letter, and which has got fatha on it. And we learn if fatha or kasra, alif will take always kasra. Similarly here, sorry, blank alif, Hamzatul Wasl, we will see what is the first mutharak letter. First mutharak letter is ta, which has got fatha on it. So it means the alif will take kasra. Fatha or kasra, alif will take kasra. If next letter is lam with any sign, it has to be a lam, then alif will take fatha. And the final with dhamma, we learned that if it's not lam, it's not next mutharak letter is not kasra or fatha, and if it's a dhamma, then alif will take dhamma. Is here blank alif, next letter is kha, which has got dhamma on it, then we will say udhulu. Because of the rule, we know that this mutharak letter has got kha, which is a mutharak, which has got dhamma, so alif will take dhamma. Udhulu. Here uqtulu, this alif is taking dhamma because this first mutharak letter has ta, which has got dhamma on it. So it dictates us, so we will put alif, dhamma on alif. Similarly here, first mutharak letter after Hamzatul Wasl is lam, which has got dhamma on it. So we will put dhamma on alif and we will read as utulu. Yes. So can anyone come forward and read these all words, and we will do practice, and then we will do a one surah practice here today as well. Or if you have got any question, then you can ask.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Is any question on Hamzatul Wasl?
Yeah, but I just want to mention one thing. Sorry, there are some Quranic words, about 5, 6, 6, 7 words where there's exception applies, where the Hamzatul Wasl will always take kasra due to some grammatical rule. But I don't want to confuse you, so I will leave at the moment for those words. We will introduce when we'll go to the next level. But at the moment, you need to learn these 3 steps for Hamzatul Wasl. When Hamzatul Wasl will take fatha, when Hamzatul Wasl will take kasra, and when Hamzatul Wasl will take dhamma.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Is there a reason why, like for the rules, is there like a particular reason? Because with dhamma, it's straightforward that you're taking the Hamzatul Wasl takes the harkat which is on the next letter. But with kasra, it's for both kasra and fatha. So like, is there a reason for why?
is that's the
is.
rule. That is the rule.
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's not, okay, that's fine. I just thought there might be like a,
No.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Walaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Are you gonna read or question?
Another way to remember this is that I think what makes Fatiha to be consistent is when it is lam, isn't it? So when anytime it is lam, it's always take Fatiha, isn't it?
Yes, that's
so
correct.
I think that it's more easier for people to know that, to have that in mind, that Fatiha and lam sakin, when it is lam, is Fatiha.
Yes.
So that's another way, so that we don't confuse the one that take Kestra and Fatiha. So the one with lam stand alone. Anytime
no.
Anytime that the answer to Wasl is followed by lam, it will always take Fatiha. I'm talking because of my sister that spoke that the one with Dhamma is consistent. I want her to also add that the one with Fatiha, in as much as it is lam, is equally consistent.
Yes. Yeah, these two things are consistent. So if you remember these two separately, then you know that the only two left, Fatah and Kasra. You have dealt, because the Fatah, Kasra, Dhamma, 3 harakat, you have dealt with Dhamma, and so only Fatah and Kasra, they will always, Alif will take Kasra. The Alim is, Lam is a standalone. If Hamzatul Wasl is followed by a Lam, Fatah, Alif will always take Fatah. Yes. So if anyone can come quickly and read these 3 lines, and then we'll move to. Yes, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question with the second line. I think.
Yeah, I mentioned that this is, just imagine this is a blank alif. That's what you're gonna ask?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is the typing. This should be a blank alif. That's this next word is showing you this alif will take kasra. The reason this lam has got mutharrak, lam has got fatha. This is the third letter. If this lam is here, then alif will take fatha. Yes.
Anyway, I don't say guilty, but anyway, maybe when we move on, I'll be able to understand better.
No, maybe, Assalamu alaikum to Allahi wa barakatuh. I think maybe I'm in the same boat with you, Sister Hamzah. Aman Sabi, if you can maybe, we know you have elaborated more, but just to clarify a little bit more, ilamu and then itaku, where itaku,
yes.
it takes kasra.
Look, yes, no
the
problem.
first line is very clear, but I think the second line.
Yeah, so fatha is easy. You need to look if alif, black alif followed by lam, letter lam, then you will put fatha on alif. If after blank alif there is no lam, then you need to look what is first mutaharrak letter. You need to usually it's a third letter, but you need to look what is the first mutaharrak letter. If it's a first mutaharrak letter is a dhamma, then alif will take dhamma. Yes, that's clear. But otherwise, fatha or kasra, alif will take kasra. Now look here, alif has got no sign, ra is sukoon, and then we go to the next letter, mutaharrak letter, which is jim. So jim has got kasra, alif will take kasra here. So we will say irji. Here, this is a little bit confusing. I will remove this next time.
Okay, but the third letter has got a lam and it's a mutaharrik.
Yes, this ain is a sakin letter, so we will go to look at the next mutaharrik letter, which is lam. So this alif will take kasra here because of fatha or kasra, it will take kasra. Similarly here, ta, which is the mutaharrik letter after alif, blank alif. So this alif will take kasra because of fatha and kasra, alif will always take kasra. Ittaku.
Is that because the ta is mutaharik and it has got a fatah? Is that correct?
Yes.
Say something, Mujiba. Do you
Now,
think that's right?
Is it clear now or not? Now we will see live example here. So please come forward and look. Here we will, when we read this one, we will say فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ, and we will stop here. And then if we know the rule, we will start here. Allazi. The reason being, blank alif, the next letter is lam. So we will put allazi. That's why we put allah fatah on it. Yes. This is the live example here. So now we will practice this small surah, beautiful surah, and there are a lot of rules to cover in this. So please come forward and read this surah for me.
Assalamu alaikum. Is anyone want to have a go first before me, or Assalamu alaikum?
Assalamu alaikum. Can I have a go?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah.
Jazakallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإلاف قريش.
Just one second. No, just 1 second. This, do you know the Huruful Madda?
Yeah.
If you don't know, just I can explain.
No, it should be yeah, because the ya has a sakin sign on it. It should be e.
Yes, excellent.
Longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, again.
لإلاف قريش
Excellent.
إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت.
Excellent reading, but this lam should not be moved. Yes, just for 1 second. Fal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Once more.
الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Well done. Excellent reading. This, we haven't learned these rules, but you're doing good. At-amahum. This is gunna sound here because two memes together. And this is ikhfa, noon sakin, and next is ikhfa letter, min ju, in wa amanahum min khawf, gunna hai. Very good reading, very careful reading. Jazakumullah. Next one.
Always prefer as well to listen to everyone, including Abdul Shafi or Imran Saab. Assalamu alaikum. Imran Sani, assalamu alaikum.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Once again, this is a Hamzah separate sound. This Ain is a separate sound. I mentioned when there are two mutharak letters together, they always read separately. So clearly. Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah, mashallah.
لإيلاف قريش.
2 seconds. La 2 seconds. Yes.
لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف.
It is mud. You need to read for 6 seconds.
إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت.
Okay, 1 second. What is this? This is Huruful Madda, yes? Wow with score, and the previous preceding letter has a dhamma. So rule of huruful madda fulfilled here. So we will say fal ya'budu.
فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
This is the rule we are learning today, and we have done practice. This alif is a blank alif, yes, Hamzatul Wasl. So what I mentioned that first thing you need to look, if the next letter is lam, quickly put fatha on the alif. So here blank alif, the next letter is lam, so you will quickly put fatha on it. So allazi, yeah.
الذي
Just madda here, you can see madda prolong, yes.
الذي
No, prolong.
الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Jazakumullah. Next one, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Can I have a call, please?
Yes, sure.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Just hold on 1 second. This lam is mushaddad. We need to put a little bit stress on it, and it will be a thick lam. Millahi. There's no need to hurry. Millahi. Bismillahi. Yeah. Millahi.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Li'ilafi Quraysh. إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
MashaAllah, careful reading. If you practice more, your recitation can get even much better. Whenever you read, even in the namaz or when reading the Quran, try to read by looking at the page when you read, and then apply all the rules. Where is the vertical fatha, huruful madda, huruful leen? If you take care, then your recitation will be quite good. Yes. Jazakumullah. Next one, please.
Assalamu
alaikum. Yes, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش.
Just 1 second. Just 1 second. I think, have you remembered by heart this surah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I quickly recognize this is not lay. It's a li. Lay is a different. It's a li-ilafi. Yeah?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت.
Zal by. There is a fatha on the zal. Zal.
Okay. فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Why we put fatha on alif here? What was the reason?
Because it's a alam. Alam mushaddad.
Next is alam. Excellent. Well done. Okay, one more. Next one, please. Or at the end, I would request Toban sir if he can recite. We'll take one more and then Toban.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Can we have Faiza, if you want, have a go to recite, or if Farida she's with you, she can recite, or any other person, please. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Again, just the last line again. One. الذي
أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Jazakumullah. Okay, for reading. Now I will request Toban sahib if you could please recite once and then we inshallah finish the class.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, you want to read?
No, I just wanted to ask a question. You know, before we used to get the lesson for practice on the Telegram group. Does it still happen, or it doesn't happen anymore?
Which like
last year when we started, a Telegram group was created so that we could go over the lessons, like, you know, after the lesson is over during the week.
But you have got the okay, I will make sure we will put there. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, because that was really good and helpful.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, Jazakallah.
Yeah, so we are finishing our Quran class. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت.
Just read full, Toban sir. Just read full. Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. I'll run out of breath.
Jazakumullah, well done. This Z a little bit longer because of small mud is on the top. Well done, Jazakumullah. Thank you very much. Inshallah ta'ala, we will see again on next Tuesday. So we will finish our class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.